Hello, welcome to Microfiche Microphone. I'm Micah, and on this channel we look at microfiche from the past, old newspaper articles in the public domain. We look at them with our modern eyes, our modern perspective, and see what we can learn from them. On this microfiche time capsule, I thought it would be really fun to just read the ads from 1901. Wouldn't that be fun? Let's just see what kind of ads they had back then, what kind of products, and how they advertised them. I think we can learn a lot from the past. So I will show as many of the pictures here, and I hope that they're clear enough to read. But I just think this is really fun. So this is from the Ladies' Home Journal from December 1901, and I'm just reading the ads. So, dainty dishes made from Walter Baker & Co.'s chocolate and cocoa. Chocolate Charlotte. What is that? Cocoa cake? Yeah, cocoa cake. Cocoa sticks and cookies. Okay. 36 highest awards in Europe and America. Choice recipes, a book of 50 pages sent free to any address. Trademark on every package. 3 gold medals at Pan American Exposition. Walter Baker & Co. Limited, established 1780, Dorchester, Massachusetts. That's interesting, because look at that. This choice recipes book of 50 pages sent free to any address. I guess they do this today. They do this kind of thing today as well, although it tends to either be an ebook or something like an insert in a magazine. And they're trying to get you to use their product. So I'm sure that their cocoa powder or whatever it is, Baker's cocoa, is in all of the recipes. So I thought that's pretty typical. That's kind of how they do it today as well. So moving to the next one. Packers Tar Soap. Tar soap? Okay. Imparts to the skin the softness, smoothness, and the healthy glow of infancy. Okay. Soothes while cleansing. And I can't read the last rhyme because it's too dark. Tar soap? Did they make soap out of tar? I'm slightly weirded out by that, and showing the baby's butt is kind of like, okay, I guess. Although they do that today too, it's just that they tend to show it in silhouette, so I don't know. It's not that strange, I guess. Packers Tar Soap is sold by druggist, 25 cents. A sample, half a cake, mailed on receipt of 10-cent stamps. So you could ask for a free sample. Our leaflet, the value of systematic shampooing, mailed free. Address, the Packer Manufacturing Co., Suite 87G, 81 Fulton Street, New York. I'm already immediately struck by a major difference. It seems like the ads of the day very often came with some sort of literature, some sort of written material teaching you how to use it. I think that's good because they didn't have Google back then, So I think that's really smart of the day. I'll bet a lot of people took them up on it. And they would offer that for free, if you buy your product. So that's interesting. Okay, Pier Line is best for all washable fabrics. So is this like a laundry soap? I can't read what's up in something imitations? Abusive test. In Pier Line suds, as strong as we direct for heaviest, coarsest washing. We soaked for 3 hours 20 skeins of the most sensitive and delicately covered wash embroidery silks, manufactured by, what does that say? Brainerd and Armstrong Co., Corticelli Silk Co., M. Hemingway and Sons Co., Richardson Silk Co., Belding Brothers Co. 19 skeins showed no loss of color. 1 skein showed almost imperceptible loss, and this skein, when washed as directed by maker on tag using Pier Line instead of the mild soap recommended, showed no loss of color. Above is published because some silk manufacturers recommended particular soaps and caution against cheap washing powders. The cheapness of Pearline is due to its money, time, color, and fabric-saving qualities. In doing away with the rubbing, it does away with the wear and tear. Okay. So they're kind of claiming against the manufacturer recommended. for a silk, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I would go against the recommended. But hey, if they say that you can, technically, yeah, I don't know. That seems a little sketchy to me. Although I do appreciate that they appear to be trying to be very transparent and say, hey, one of them lost a little bit of color, but as long as we didn't soak it forever, then it didn't. Yeah. So they're basically blaming like the silk companies for that. Okay, this is the original hermetically sealed package of cereals. Same quantity as contained in usual size 2-pound package. Highest award, gold medal, Pan American Expedition. Here's our chance. And it's a bunch of bugs, I guess. 2 pounds compressed rolled oats, royal seal. Okay, for sale by grocers everywhere. The careful preparation given the contents of this package justifies the manufacturers in claiming it will keep indefinitely in good condition upon serving, present a flavor and bouquet unequaled by any cereal ever offered to the public. Directions for opening and cooking on each can, the Great Western Cereal Company, Chicago, Illinois. I feel like they're advertising more their packaging than they are their actual product, but okay. Although that was a concern. I mean, this is before the invention of plastic, yeah? So they had to keep out the bugs somehow, and bugs have a way of getting through, like, the toughest material. Yeah. Like, as many times as I've found, like, signs of moths being in my food that has been in a sealed container is ridiculous. Like, thinking that it'll be fine in that sealed container made out of plastic and somehow they get in. So I think that that's actually decent advertising. Like, that would catch my eye. The third Taylor picture. In the whole series of the last 100 years in New England, no picture was more beautiful than this. A splendid Christmas present, and only a single $1. A winter service at church. Now ready for mailing for $1. Like the traveling shoemaker and the old-fashioned school in session, either of which may still be had if you don't delay, this is reproduced in 2 different styles. The one in a single tint is only $1 a copy. The wonderful reproduction in all the original colors of the real painting, a magnificent work of art. In 14 colors, $2 a copy. Both are the same size, 16 by 21 inches, almost twice as large as a journal page, and either will be sent anywhere, carefully packed and post-paid on receipt of price. The picture you get is more than 100 times the size of this, all for $1. That's the nativity, I guess. I can't see it clearly enough to tell, actually, but if they say so. Another Christmas suggestion. Nothing could be more appropriate for a gift to one you love than this exquisite reproduction of Mr. Taylor's nativity. It is the same size as the New England pictures, but it's published in single tint only. While the supplies last, we will send a copy to any address, packed and post-paid for $1. Address all orders to the Curtis Publishing Company, Philadelphia. That's interesting. So they're selling photographs. Well, they're selling prints, yeah, of famous pictures. Like, that makes sense, I guess. Today you would just Google it, and end up, maybe paying for a download of a high definition download. But yeah, that's kind of cool. Okay, here's a really big ad. There's a lot of pictures of cats. And then like a thread. Okay, Corticelli spool silk. Thousands of women are taking an active interest in our campaign against cheap silk. We claim the best silk is the most economical, and it is a satisfaction to know how many are investigating the merits of the different kinds. Formerly, anything that could be called a spool of silk would answer. Now, careful shoppers are asked for Corticelli. This is shown by the constantly increasing sale of Corticelli spool silk among the stores that cater to the best people. Besides spool silk, we make the best machine twist, crochet silk, knitting silk, purse twist, and all kinds of wash embroidery silk. Also worsted and mohair dress braids, trimming braids, and bindings in all widths. Highest award, gold medal, Buffalo, 1901. Corticelli silk holds the world's record for superiority, having received in Europe and America 37 highest awards. Ask your dealer for Corticelli. If he does not keep it, it is because he can make a larger profit selling a cheap silk. In that case, go to another store. Corticelli may cost a little more, but it is worth it. Our latest fashion booklet and our new book of Corticelli silk purses and crocheted silk chatelaine bags, both mailed for 10 cents, stamps or silver. Questions cheerfully answered. Address, Corticelli Silk Mills, 25 Nonotuck Street, Florence, Massachusetts. Like the way that you're like, the end. At first I'm like, that's fine, whatever. They're just talking up their silk. Although I don't know why they chose a cat to like showcase it. I find that very weird because cats will just unravel your silk and rip it up, and I mean, I used to have a cat. I don't have one right now, but like I know for a fact that they don't tend to take care of thread. That's not really their strong suit. Are they trying to say it's stronger than the others, and that's why they let the cat play with it? But like, other than that, I don't get it. Why the cat? Are they just trying to appeal to pet owners? I'm not sure. But then it's like, if you can't find this at that store, it's because they're too cheap. And then it's like, go to a different store. Like, that's so weird. Okay, I'm not going to read all of them. I'm going to choose like one page, and I'll just read all of them on this page. So this is page, what is page? This is page 45. Okay, so I'm just going to read all the ones on page 45 and then call it good for the day. But I find this really interesting. So, okay, Ivor Johnson Safety Harness Automatic Revolver. I think this is illegal today. Okay, millions can testify to the safety and simplicity of the revolvers. With accidental discharge is impossible. Without intent to do so, Ivor Johnson revolvers cannot be discharged. Harmless. And it shows a picture of a small child holding this revolver. Well, that would definitely have caught my eye as a parent of children. So they're catering to the parents now. So it makes sense to me. Okay, I'm going to have to make this a little bigger because I can't read what is written down below. It's too small. All right. Honest goods, honest prices. Okay, price $5.50. You can pay $10 for a revolver and be no better satisfied than with an Ivor Johnson for $5.50. Our guarantee backed of every one. Ask your dealer. Sent to any address. Prepaid on receipt of price, cash, or with order. So it comes with a guarantee. Ivor Johnson's Arms and Cycle Works, Fitchburg, Massachusetts, USA. Manufacturers of the well-known Ivor Johnson bicycles, guns, and revolvers. New York sales rooms, 99 Chambers Street. Established 1871. Catalogs free. I find it a little bit disturbing seeing this small child. She's supposed to be about 5 or so, holding this gun in her hand, just claiming that it's impossible for an accidental discharge. Yeah, impossible. No, it's not impossible. No. It's a little bit disturbing seeing that image. All right. I'm so glad they stopped those kind of ads. Okay, moving on. Star Safety Razor, new model now ready. Suggests a useful and practical Christmas present. Beware of imitations. Self-shaving, a positive pleasure with this new marvel of simplicity and durability. It is so simple anyone can use it, old or young, while traveling or at home. One trial shave with genuine Star Safety Razor will convince the worst skeptic that this gentleman's true friend is a time and money saver. Avoid all imitations. Insist on getting the 8 stars. There is none just as good. Single razors complete $2. Handsome sets $3.50 and up. Camphy Pros 8 to 12 Reed Street, New York. Send for catalog. I think it's interesting that they're like, beware of imitations. Don't use anything else, just our Star Safety Razor. And showing a woman hold it up, and yet they're clearly catering to men. And plus, that woman has very strange proportions. She has like the tiniest waist in the world and kind of a big butt. And like, I don't know, it's and she has a broken neck apparently, because I don't think you could turn your head that way. Oh gosh. No, that's a drawing, and it's a bad one. But anyway, moving on. Testing and trying it means trusting and buying it. Electro silver polish silicone. Lessens silver care, prevents silver wear. Trial quantity for the asking. Send address on postal box. Post paid 15 cents in stamps. Grocers and druggists. Silicon. 34 Cliff Street, New York. I also just realized something. They didn't have zip codes. 34 Cliff Street, New York. You know, the previous one was Camphor Bros, 8 to 12 Reed Street, New York. They didn't have zip codes, you know. So Silver Care, that's pretty standard ad. It doesn't make any weird claims or anything, so I'm just going to keep going. Put this on your pipe. Fowler Automatic Draft Regulator. And you'll notice, regular draft at all times. No overheated furnace, less chimney fire danger, no burning out of grates, no escaping gases in cellar or room, perfect ventilation, retention of heat in furnace, perfect combustion of fuel, minimum of clinkers. The price for regulator to fit from 6 to 8 inch pipe, only $5, 9 inches, $6, 10 inches, $7. A great coal and trouble saver. Joseph Battles, sole agent. Send for catalog, Lawrence, Massachusetts. Well, like when I first read this, I actually thought it was like something for your like smoking pipe. Like, put this on your pipe. I guess. I mean, that's where my mind was going. Evidently, it is for your furnace to make it more efficient. I'm guessing it's some sort of filter. Okay, that's cool. They don't really explain what it is, though. I mean, they do mention what it does, but not like what it is. You know what I mean? Maybe they didn't have like a name for it. It's possible. A serviceable gift, just what every home needs. Gem ironing machine. 10 hours work in 1 hour. Heated by gas or gasoline. 1.5 cents per hour. Makes ironing easy. Satisfaction guaranteed. Right for free illustrated booklet. Modern Methods in Ironing. Domestic Mangle Company. Box E, Racine, Wisconsin. This is interesting. I do appreciate that there was no sexism in this post. They didn't say, you know, it's perfect gift for women or something like that. It's that every home needs. I do appreciate that. But I've never heard of this machine before. It's an ironing machine. But I also, 10 hours work in 1 hour. Hey, do you know anybody who spends 10 hours a day ironing? I'm just asking. Maybe you do. I don't know. But I personally don't. Heated by gas or gasoline. How could you do gas or gasoline? Like, that's a little strange to me. Because gas is like natural gas that you would use to, in this day and age, to have your lamps in the house or to heat up your stove. So gas makes sense to me. Gasoline doesn't so much make sense to me. I don't know. Like, gasoline powered ironing machine, but it clearly shows a hand cranking it. So is it hand cranked or is it run by gas? You know, like, I don't know. It seems really strange. It's very confusing. So this is a product that doesn't exist today as far as I'm aware. If it does, let me know in the comments because I've never heard of it. Anyway, gem ironing machine. All right. Baker's adjustable table. Ideal gift. Shipments prepaid. Booklet free. Send for it. Baker and Sons Co., 61 Wayne Street, Kendallville, Indiana. And it shows a man in bed using this like adjustable table. So it's basically for people who are bedridden, yeah, or elderly or have mobility issues, yeah. I appreciate this. Like, I would buy something like this today for my computer. So, you know, like, it's very practical. It's still relevant even. Oh, now there's a whole bunch of smaller ones. Okay, let's start with the bigger one of the day. For mothers of boys, no one blames a boy for being badly dressed. They criticize his mother, and it's often hard for her to know or find the right thing for him. Our name, you can depend upon it, means the correct thing in boys' attire. Good taste, smartness, the sort of clothes to help a mother express her pride in her boy. The accompanying picture, taken from life, shows our tuxedo or evening suit for lads from 6 to 16 years. Timely just now in view of the coming holidays with their children's parties and merrymakings. During December, we will send free to journal readers our 2 beautiful poster books, Gotham Styles for Little Fellows and Smart Attire for Big Boys and Young Men, with pictures of 16 charming lads done in 5 colors from original sketches by a famous American artist. Better write at once to be sure of the books. If your dealer means to hold the best trade, he will have the S&K close. The leading stores everywhere are either selling our goods or preparing to handle them next season. Trademark SK Sykes and Ab Kirschbaum & Co. 708 Broadway, New York. This is really big, and also it's specifically targeting the mothers, and it's kind of shaming the mothers into buying their products. No one blames a boy for being badly dressed. They criticize his mother. I don't really like this, especially since it's a half-page ad, and it's in a women's magazine. Okay, it's a quarter page, sorry, but that's big. It's a big ad, yeah. Just to shame women into buying your product. I don't know. I don't like that. All right, your money back if dressing table is not as described. They're selling a dressing table for $3.50. We ship this dressing table freight prepaid. East of the Mississippi, points west are allowed freight to the river. Made of solid oak or maple, also finished in white enamel or in mahogany. Measures 30 inches long, 51.5 inches high, with swinging mirror, 16.5 by 10 inches. Buying of the maker will save 1/2 in addition to the freight. Our mammoth 480-page catalog of everything to eat, use, and wear also tells about furniture. It contains over 13,000 illustrations and quotes wholesale prices to customers on over 150,000 different articles. It costs us $1.25 sent to you for 10 cents, which 10 cents you deduct from your first order of $1. They're claiming they're losing money on this, then why are you offering it? Yeah? Free lithographed catalog shows carpets, rugs, draperies, etc. in real colors. Carpets sewed free, lining furnished without charge, and freight prepaid. Catalogs of men's clothing has cloth samples attached. We prepay expressage and guaranteed to fit. Which book do you want? Address it this way, Julius Hines & Sons, Baltimore, Maryland, Department 425. This seems shady to me because that's very, very cheap. I was originally thinking $3.50 for a flippin' table. Now, I know. Don't come at me in the comments and say, hey, this was a long time ago and money was worth a different amount. I'm going to look it up. How much was that money worth? No, don't show me the dollar versus the euro. Value of $1901 today. Inflation calculator. There we go. $3.50, they said. $3.50, yeah? It was just that, the razor they were looking at earlier was $2. So $3.50 then is $122.71 today. Okay, yeah, I guess I would pay that much for something like that. A little dressing table with a mirror. But then it's really shady when it costs us $1.25 sent to you for 10 cents. Some of the way they're describing this is really shady. I think that they're blatantly lying. That's what I think. I think they're just lying. All right, moving on. Water filter. Okay, filter all water. No water is pure enough for drinking or cooking without being filtered. Impure water breeds disease. Knox-All filters can be attached without the aid of a plumber. We refund your money if the Knox-All germ-proof filter at $5 fails to satisfy you after the 30 days trial. It is a positive typhoid preventative. No, it's not. Oh my gosh. Okay, size 3 by 4 inches, made of brass, nickeled, and highly polished. Weight 2 pounds, cleaned in 1 minute, filters 15 gallons an hour. Right for illustration booklet of valuable information. Our $5 gravity filter is for towns without waterworks. Oh. References First National Bank, Milwaukee. Dealers wanted in every town. American Filter Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. No, they're hiring, yeah. Well, I think that's a great thing. If they had a town with no waterworks, then they didn't have centralized filtering. Yeah? If they didn't have centralized filtering, how could you know for sure that you're drinking decent water that's not actually slowly poisoning you? You don't. You don't know it. So I think that this is a product that I would probably order if I lived outside of a town that wasn't connected to waterworks. I'm sold. Yeah, and I would actually believe in a product like this enough to even apply to work there. Yeah, dealers want it in every town, they said. All right. A Christmas present. The best present you can make your son in the course of home study. It teaches him to improve his spare time, increases his self-respect, and makes him more able to help himself. The American School of Correspondence offers unprecedented opportunities for overcoming the deficiencies of early education and paving the way to a prosperous future. Courses by correspondence in STEAM, electrical, textile, mechanical engineering, heating, ventilation and plumbing, mechanical drawing, under instructors trained and teaching in the great technical schools for which Boston is famous. Every student enrolled for a full engineering course during December will receive a Christmas premium, a set of our reference library of engineering practice. This limited introductory edition is handsomely bound in half Morocco and consists of over 2,000 pages, carefully selected from our lesson papers on steam, electrical, and mechanical engineering, forming an invaluable technical library. Handsome handbook on request. American School of Correspondence, chartered by the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, Boston, Massachusetts, USA. It says a Christmas present at the top. I think that's kind of crappy that it says that, because enrolling someone in college, even if it's a correspondence college, is not a Christmas present. I know they're claiming to offer students some free books as a Christmas present, quote unquote, but I don't know, that shouldn't be the reason you apply for college, even a correspondence college. So can you really teach electrical engineering or mechanical engineering by correspondence? Is that even possible? I'm just asking because I feel like something like that is something that you need to do hands-on. I'm just saying. But what do I know? All right, you can't lose me. Schrader's Hold Fast Unlosable Stopper for Hot Water Bags. Apparently that was a problem. Discovered at last, an attachment to prevent stoppers getting mislaid or lost. Delights every woman who sees it. Insists on the hold fast attachment which secures the stopper to the bag by a patented little ring and chain. It never tangles or twists and is very neat. Your dealer can buy good quality bags, holding it from any manufacturer. Take none without the hold fast ring and chain attachment. No extra cost to you. We are putting it on all your best bags. Illustrated circular on request. Meineke and Company, New York. Meineke used to make hot water bottles? Because I know Meineke is like a car company, but not a manufacturing company, but like a repair company. Like they'll rotate your tires for you, I don't know, if it was a different company back in the day, then that's interesting. And they definitely target women in the article. Acting like it's like a big, crazy thing that they just invented is a little weird. You invented the chain to keep a stopper connected to a bag. Congratulations. It's okay. All right. Always an acceptable Christmas present. A box or fancy package. Oh, how do you say that? Hewler's? Candies. Broadway something New 17th and 18th Streets, between 17th and 18th Streets. Broadway corner, Liberty Street, 21 West, 424th Street near 5th Avenue, New York. Sent everywhere by mail and express. Hewler's Candies. All right, yeah. I'm slightly confused about the spelling, but okay. I'm not going to argue. But, yeah, sure. That's pretty straightforward, okay? Shopping is our specialty. We make purchases of every nature, giving our customers the benefit of a long experience and the personal selection of all goods. Send for circular and references. Bishop and Young, 136 West, 21st Street, New York. All right, I'm assuming that this is just a regular store. Shopping is our specialty. Or is it a service where they go shopping for you? Maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure. Infant's outfit, 23 pieces, $5.69. Everything for babies and children. Send 3 cents for illustrated catalog, Infants and Children's Bazaar. We cater to the little ones. Nye and Herring, 685, I think, Madison Street, Chicago, Illinois. Well, that's pretty straightforward as well. You know, do you need small children's clothes? Then, write to us. Free. Let us have your name and address for a sample copy of a free Redfield's magazine. Redfield's magazine, Sweetport, Pennsylvania, Scott F. Redfield, publisher. Well, they don't explain what it's about, though. So if I order this magazine, I don't have any idea if it's something I'm actually interested in. Yeah? Redfield's magazine, because it was named after the publisher named Redfield, doesn't tell me what it's about. So maybe I would be interested, but maybe that's why the first one is free. Get you interested in it. I don't know. Look, embroidery offer. 1 in 17 inches, Battenberg Center, tie end and collar on Cambridge point lace braid and thread to work the collar. Also 18 inches linen centerpiece catalog with illustrated stitches for 25 cents. Walter P. Weber, Lynn, Massachusetts, Box L. I almost couldn't even read that. That's very, very poorly worded. Something about embroidery. Listen, I actually embroider, and this doesn't even make sense to me. All right. 1 in 17 inches, Battenberg Center, tie end and collar on cambric point, lace, braid, and thread to work the collar. You're just throwing a bunch of words together. There's no sentence there. It feels like one of those ads that just has a whole bunch of buzzwords in it. That's what this feels like. I don't know. I don't know what to say about it. It's just I could barely read that. This was written by somebody who was practically illiterate. That's kind of sad, actually. Something about an embroidered collar. Now the question is an embroidered collar, or is it the things to make it with? You know what I mean? It's not clear. So I didn't like that one at all. Well, I have to admit, there weren't too many terribly controversial things going on here, except for a little bit of mom shaming. But the one thing that surprised me the most was this ironing machine. I had never heard of something like that. So that's something that's completely gone from all of our repertoire. It came and it left. So I've never heard of it anyway. And mostly they just started making things that didn't wrinkle, yeah, or wrinkle as badly as they did back then. So, but part of it was that they were hand washing everything. I mean, recall that, why would you buy an ironing machine when you didn't even have a washing machine? The washing is much, much more work, and the ironing is technically optional. So, although maybe it wasn't then. I don't know. It's hard to say. I just found those really interesting, though. It's interesting to me how similar many things are to what they do today. The difference is that back then they were giving their physical addresses so that you could write to them or visit them if you happen to live nearby. But if today it's all email addresses and websites and telephone numbers. But remember, they didn't have any of that back then. So, yeah, and today it's even like Instagram handles and hashtags. So, yeah, I think it's really kind of crazy, actually, how different that is. But I also find it interesting that their addresses didn't include zip codes. Was like, when did zip codes come into play? I'm just gonna Google that real quick. The ZIP in zip code stands for Zone Improvement Plan and was introduced July 1st, 1963. I am absolutely speechless. I thought it was much earlier than that. Well, no wonder they didn't have zip codes. They didn't even exist then. I guess like the name of the city was enough. Yeah? That's crazy. What did they use before zip codes? You might have used the recipient's street address along with the city and state, but you wouldn't have seen a zip code. Mail was hand sorted and delivered. Delivery relied on local knowledge of its intended destination. That's crazy. I'll bet the postal workers had a really good memory. That today they don't have to know quite as much because they only deliver to their own zip code, yeah? Or sometimes less than one. Like only half of one. Wow, that is crazy. So, that's why they didn't have zip codes. Makes sense to me. No wonder. 1901 definitely didn't exist yet. In fact, they were quite far away from existing. That is crazy. I have to admit that random picture of a woman with horrible anatomy, like that's not how women work, is really funny. Holding up this safety razor, quote unquote, that looks like some sort of like little baby shark toy, but it's ginormous. Like that's probably my favorite illustration. The other ones are just, yeah, pretty standard, you know, the picture of the boy in the suit. But like this one, oh my gosh, whoever drew this has never met an actual woman. I'm just saying. Oh, I found that entertaining. What did you think of that? I don't mind going back through some old newspapers and just looking at ads sometimes. So if that's something you're interested in, I'd love to do this again sometime. Let me know in the comments below if this was something that you found interesting. And I hope you enjoyed the Microfiche time capsule today. So like the video, subscribe to the channel. I hope to see you in the next video.